Hi, my name is Dr. Reed, and I'm a psychiatrist. I'm also a boater at 31st Street Harbor. I decided to create this video because of a recent and unfortunate experience with the harbor master and one of his security guards. I was given a $400 ticket. The initial complaint was that my kids had flooded the bathroom. When the security person told me they flooded the bathroom, I immediately went and took a look for myself. I didn't see that the bathroom was flooded. I walked over to the security station and the security person was gone. I wanted to tell her that the bathroom was not flooded and that there was no damage to the bathroom. The next day, I had a ticket placed on my boat. I asked to speak to the harbor master, Mark, about the ticket. He walked to my dock, which is Dock B, and explained that he had gotten a call from security, which instructed him to write the ticket. I told him that me and several other adults were in the bathroom approximately 2 hours earlier, before the complaint, and at that time the floods were wet. From my perspective, it seemed that several people were taking showers, and that the water on the floor was a result of increased usage in the shower area. Plus, it was a hot day, and the entire garage was filled to capacity. There was a total of 6 people in the bathroom, 4 of which were from my boats, and 2 additional people were from a different boat. When my kids entered the bathroom, the harbor already had posted a sign in the middle of the floor cautioning patrons about the wet floor. While I was exiting the garage, I noticed Mark and the security person at the exit gates. I approached both of them and asked her what proof did she have to blame my kids for water being on the floor. In front of Mark, she said that one of the kids confessed. I asked her, can she describe the kid and describe what he looked like? Although this purportedly happened less than 24 hours earlier, she said she did not remember what he looked like. I told her that my kids are in the car right now. Can you just look and identify the kid who confessed? She simply refused. I told Mark that he wrote the ticket for damaging the toilet. He acknowledged that there was no damage. He then said the ticket was for playing, or I believe being lewd. He insinuated being lewd in the bathroom. In my opinion, Mark took the biased perspective of this security person and imposed the highest possible fine without even assessing if the complaint or situation was true or credible. His behavior frames this situation in a way that makes me in violation of the rule until I prove to him that I did not violate the rules, regulations, handbook. That's not how we operate in 2012. It's his responsibility to demonstrate that my kids violated one of the harbor rules. If no one witnessed my kids turn on the showers, then how does he know he's not falsely accusing my children for something they did not do? Unfortunately, that does not seem to be his concern. In addition, his biases are magnified when you take into consideration additional actions by this same security person. For one, the security person expressed to me and Mark that she never looked in the male bathroom to assess if the floor was actually flooded. Therefore, she did not know that the harbor already posted a sign warning boaters about the water. And it is impossible to flood the bathroom due to the well-designed drainage system. At best, the floor was wet, not flooded. After discussing the issue with several boaters, this made us all upset. Number 2, because the security person was not present at the time my kids were in the bathroom, the security person assumed that everyone was from the same boat and unsupervised. My kids were with 2 other boaters from a different slip. one of which is an adult who was with the kids the entire time the kids were in the bathroom. If Mark maintains his position, he would have to give everyone who was in the bathroom a $400 ticket, not just my kids. In addition, he would have to also accuse the adult of flooding the floor. Number 3, Mark's reasons for applying the fine continued to change. The ticket was written for damaging the toilet. Mark later admitted that there was no damage. He then verbalized that the ticket is for playing in the bathroom. I couldn't find that as a rule in the rule regulations handbook. My concern is that if he is looking for any reason to impose a fine based on an unfounded and ridiculous complaint, I would rather pay the possible maximum fine of $500 under the rule book than to pay his excessively punitive and inappropriate fine of $400. In addition, my kids were not doing anything that other kids don't do every day. I believe their enjoyment of the harbor makes some people feel uncomfortable, so they were fined for reasons other than what I can find in the official handbook. I happily agreed to pay the fine because it's ridiculous and it highlights how Mark formulates, interprets, stretches, and applies rules based on his biases. Accepting his perspective means that I would have to tell my kids that they cannot play as much or have as much fun as other kids. While my kids are playing in the lake, I would have to tell them that they cannot splash as much water. I would have to tell them and help them understand that they were fined for the same behaviors that the other kids on the other slips and the other docks are doing every day. I would have to help them understand that they were fined for a violation that is not in the official handbook. I started this site to serve as an oversight to collect tickets, complaints, etc. about the harbor master and his unreasonable and selective application of harbor rules. Also, for the staff at the ship store who makes me and my family feel uncomfortable and unwelcomed every time I enter the store. In addition, this committee will serve to document bigoted behaviors by other boaters whom, based on their privilege, feels it's necessary to monitor, regulate, and confront other boaters whom they feel are inadequate of functioning normally within the harbor. In addition, it is important to me to be able to establish a repository of records of the security staff and all harbor employees to hold them accountable for their discriminatory behaviors. In addition, I feel that it's the best interest of the boaters to ensure that our kids and families are not targeted or harassed while operating within the rules or for enjoying the harbor. Earlier this week, a group of boaters on a different slip watched my kids and family for hours. Several of them had a look of disgust. All of my kids felt uncomfortable. When I was walking to the ship store, I overheard someone saying, "I hope they don't tear up this harbor," as if my kids have the ability to destroy concrete and iron. Several days earlier, I heard another person saying, "Wow, this is good for the South Side." Frankly, this harbor represents a significant investment in resources on the South Side for all the local families seeking safe and affordable recreation. For boaters who are affluent enough to purchase slips, this can be a harbor which reminds you that everyone does not feel comfortable watching you, your family, and your friends enjoy it so much. So thank you, and please share this message. And please consider joining the 31st Street Harbor Rules Oversight Committee. Thank you.